We are the South Orlando Braves. Welcome to the Pop Warner Super Bowl Championship.
And the 2015 Pop Warner Super Bowl is in the books. Our final four national champions have been crowned. You see the Gwen Cherry Bulls there celebrating as they go home victorious in the junior midget division. This is the Pop Warner final show. Michael Cain once again here with longtime NFL and Rutgers head coach Doug Graber. Coach Graber, what more can we say? 7 days of nonstop action, and tonight's finale didn't disappoint.
No, hey, tonight's finale, Gwen Cherry, wow. I mean, that's all you can say about that performance. I mean, totally dominant. The speed with which they play the game is just on a different level than everybody else, and it showed, it manifested itself today big time.
Well, not just in the junior midgets, but earlier. I mean, Gwen Cherry, they had two teams playing here tonight, both of them going home with the national championship. Just a strong program from the youngest kids to the oldest midgets that we have.
Not only won the national championship, did both teams, but I mean, they totally dominated these games. I just didn't see this coming.
Well, just an unbelievable performance by the Bulls. Let's get right to the highlights of the game you just saw. Again, this was the junior midgets. Gwen Cherry facing off against the Virginia Beach Mustangs. Coach, and the Bulls scored early. This is number 22, Timothy Burns Jr. gets in for the score.
Yeah, just too much athletic talent there, too much burst.
Well, and then on to the second, Javon Ferguson. This is a name we've heard a lot. Remember it, folks. You're going to hear about him for years to come. Number 3 is a heck of a ball player, Coach.
Boy, and he is so smooth.
Well, one of the few bright spots for the Mustangs in this game. Good defense there. They'll get the interception. Not going to be able to do anything with it on offense. Looked like he might have break there, but again, that closing speed for the Bulls on both sides of the ball is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and then they actually ended up with a 4th and 13 here at the end and another huge sack.
Well, that was Harry Henderson, just unbelievable speed there. In the third, it's the Bulls' Justin Walden. He's taking the handoff straight up the gut. Coach, this Gwen Cherry team was just an absolute buzzsaw.
Yeah, and we looked at their offense, but their defense is where they just totally dominated the Virginia Beach Mustangs.
Well, and talk about dominance, Coach. Look at that, negative 54 yards rushing, only 4 yards passing. You just have no chance with stats like that, Coach.
I mean, that's hard to do. Minus 54 rushing. Yeah, they got some sacks late in the game, but, I mean, they stuffed everything Virginia Beach threw at them.
Well, Coach, and look at that. More plays they had. I'm going to do my math here real quick. 7 more plays Virginia Beach had than Gwen Cherry, but the result that counted, Gwen Cherry had 30 more points.
Wow. I mean, that is just total dominance.
Well, let's hear from the winning coach, Larry Moss.
And we're joined now by Larry Moss, the head coach of the Gwen Cherry Bulls. Coach, your team dominant tonight. 30-0 was the score. Did you think that it was going to be this easy out on that field? Virginia Beach, they're an outstanding football team, Coach.
Yeah, we know they're a great team, but we knew they was going to come out and compete tonight. But truly, our staff thought that when we first got here on Sunday and played Far West, that was going to probably be the toughest game that we had of this series.
Yeah, Coach, I think that might have been your toughest straw. The Far West Jets out of Arizona always bring a strong squad here to Orlando. Coach, what is it about your program, not just your team, but kind of the overall program at Gwen Cherry and how you're able to develop these young men, such disciplined players?
Well, what happened with us in our program, we start with the little kids. So, like this particular team that you see tonight, I've been coaching that team since they've been 5. So we start with them young and teach them, give them the fundamentals of the game early, and they pay off later on.
Coach, you guys executed all night long. The only thing you didn't do very well was the Gatorade bath. What was up with that, Coach?
I was watching out for it.
Hey, you still got some quicks left, huh, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach, what now for your program, your kids? How much are you going to enjoy this victory?
Well, we're gonna enjoy this for a minute, but that's next year we're thinking about starting over again. This bunch gonna go to high school, and me and my staff gonna talk, and we might go to a smaller pound to try to get them prepared to be here one day.
Coach, how great what kind of feeling does it give you to see your kids leave your program and then go on to high school and have success there as well?
It's a good feeling, man, because this stick with the kids for a lifetime, and I have the privilege of being to in this program for about 20 years. So I've seen some of the great ones, the T.Y. Hills, Antonio Brown, and actually Antonio Brown is my stepson. His little brother is on this team, number 2, Larry Moss. So we just try to produce a lot of great athletes, and also we try to make sure they're good in school as well.
Larry Moss, head coach of the Gwen Cherry Bulls. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, so much good stuff there from Coach Larry Moss. And a couple things I want to highlight that he said. One, he's been coaching this team since they're 5 years old. How important is that for kids this age to have that consistency in those formative learning years?
Well, I think it's extremely important, and he said it. We start teaching the fundamentals early because, it's not only the fact that they have speed and talent and all that other stuff. They execute. I mean, their offensive and defensive lines were outstanding. That's a well-coached bunch.
Well, and let's talk about the coaches overall for Pop Warner. I mean, obviously, you've been a coach for a long time. It's a pretty exclusive fraternity. The coaches in the class that they've all shown all week, both the winners and the losers, in their interviews and our dealings with them, pretty special bunch that Pop Warner's got.
We've had coaches, like the coach just said, he's been at it 20 years. So it's a tremendous, they don't get paid for this, I mean, they do it for the love of the game. We had another coach today who's been at it 40 years. They love football, and more importantly, they love the kids. And that's really what this is all about.
Well, as a coach, watching these games all week, gosh, we probably watched over 100 games this week. You miss prowling the sidelines?
You know what? I enjoy talking about it. I got to be honest with you. I love the game. I still love the game. But now it's a little bit a different road for me.
Yeah, we've done a lot of talking this week, Coach, and we are not done yet. We have a lot more highlights to talk about, a lot more action to cover. Stick with us, and when we come back, more highlights from the 2015 Pop Warner Super Bowl.
The ESPN Wide World of Sports complex at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida has emerged as the pinnacle of youth tournament travel, catering to the needs of the entire family. We offer a complete line of solution-oriented products and services to address the complex needs of teams on the road and the team parents who support them. To find out how to achieve vacation victory, visit ESPNWWOS.com. The peak of Expedition Everest can be seen from just about everywhere around Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. It calls the brave to challenge high-altitude hairpin turns and puts you face-to-face with the snarling beast who guards the mountain, the legendary Yeti.
And welcome back to the Pop Warner Final. Coverage of the 59th annual Pop Warner Super Bowl. All of our championship action is in the books. We awarded 4 national championships today, and Coach and I are going through all the highlights. Michael Kane back here with Coach Doug Graber. We've seen the junior midget highlights, but Coach, we had some great games earlier in the junior Peewee division. So let's get right to that action where we saw the Fort View Steelers facing off against the Virginia Beach Mustangs. And Coach, this was a good one. You see the Mustangs, number 4, Kawan Boyd. He's going to get his team on the scoreboard early.
They ran that counter play, and they really hurt him with that play.
Well, the Steelers come right back. Freddie Manning, the third, shaking off tacklers. Number 3 at a big, big tournament, Coach.
Great move. Beat the safety, and that was a big-time play for Forest View.
Well, got his team down inside the 10, and so they called Manny's number again. This time, number 3 punches it in for the score. 2-point conversion, good. You see here the great effort by Manning would put his team up 8-6.
Yeah, this, in my opinion, was the best game of the day today.
Well, moving on to the fourth quarter, the Mustangs call on number 4 again, and Boyd was just so tough all day long. Coach, you see him here. He's going to break this one for 65 yards.
Yeah, and Forest View had that turnover on the forced fumble, and Mr. Boyd, takes care of the rest for Virginia Beach. And that was the score that won the football game for him right there.
Well, Boyd put his team on his shoulders and led him to victory. You see Virginia Beach 12-8 was the final. Let's hear from the winning coach, Kenny Wallace.
All right, Virginia Beach Mustangs coach Kenny Wallace joins us now. Division I Junior Peewee National Champs. Kenny, how's that sound?
Oh, it sound real good. It feel real good, too. A lot of pressure relieved off you, man. You know, when you expect to be here, you had a talent to get here, a great coaching staff to get here. You just hope all year you just don't mess it up for them, you know.
Coach, congratulations. What a great game, and I love how well you know your ball club. You told us at halftime you were sticking with your game plan, and you felt like one of your backs was going to break it. A little counter play to Boyd. Great blocking up front. He gets the corner, and he's gone 78 yards.
I believe last time we talked, I told you we'll live with taking 3 and 4, fighting for one more. But if they miss one tackle, we got the type of backs that the results will be good for us.
Kenny, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on a great run to the Division I Junior Peewee National title.
Hey, fellas, thanks for having me all week. We enjoyed it. And I guess I'll see y'all next year.
Congrats, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, Coach, here looking at the final stats. No passing yards for Virginia Beach, but 188 yards of rushing. And look at the turnovers.
Yeah, and the turnovers, even with those, boy, Virginia Beach, they just played a solid football game. Ran the ball, no turnovers, good combination.
Well, we had another great game in our Peewee division. It was, again, the Virginia Beach Mustangs facing off against that tough Gwynn Cherry Bulls team. And, Coach, the Gwynn Cherry Bulls were just unbelievable in this one.
They were dominant, and they execute so well, and they're so good on defense, as you see right there.
Well, that's number 15, Lionel Whitaker, gets the interception, gets his team down deep, and then a few plays later, Tavarius Blackman punches it in for the score, puts the Bulls up 12-0. Then moving on to the third quarter, it's Malik Rutherford. Number 2 is going to find the hole, Coach, and he's going for 46 yards.
Yeah, that off tackle, a toss, power play, so effective all day long for Gwynn Cherry.
Well, then Virginia Beach looking to get anything going on offense. They air it out, but not going to happen. Gerard Cameron, number 11, with the INT. And, Coach, that was going to be all she wrote on this one. Gwynn Cherry would punch one in late in the fourth quarter, but the game was long over by this time, Coach. This was just the cherry on the Sunday. Gwynn Cherry wins big, 30-0, as they win the national championship. Let's hear the winning coach, Javon Ferguson.
Javon Ferguson, the head coach of the Gwynn Cherry Bulls. Congratulations, you're national champs, Division I, Peewee, Pop Warner Division. Javon, how's that sound?
Hey, man, it sounds real good, man. It sounds real good. I mean, you know, we worked hard. My offensive coordinator, Coach Harold Jacobs, he put in a lot. Oh, it's a lot more he had to show, but he couldn't show it. We got an anniversary rule. My defensive coach, Michael Sherrill, man, he worked hard with the defense. He's real hard on them. They came out. They performed well today. We had a great game.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Listen, even though you showed them that little spread formation, I don't think you needed to do it because you were pounding the rock, controlling the line of scrimmage. I'm really impressed with your ball club in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, man. I mean, he just got a little fancy.
Yeah.
You know, he just came out and got a little fancy. But, you know, hey, it was just something he slept on. He just said he wanted to do something, and he came out. You know, he just showed it.
There you go. And finally, how much fun did you and your young guys have running around Disney World this last week?
We had a great time. We had a great time. The kids, they enjoyed it. They're not ready to go home, but they got to go home today.
Hey, Javon, thanks so much. Great performance in the championship game. Congratulations on a great season.
Hey, listen, I want to give a shout-out to Miss Dana, man. She, you know, one of the kids on the team. That's her mother, and she passed. We dedicated this season to her. We love you, Miss Dana. I know you watched over us this whole season. It was games we got through that we don't know how we got through them, but we got through them. Thanks to Miss Dana. My OTT family, I know y'all looking. I know I love y'all. We coming home. FYFL is nothing better than Pop Warner, baby.
Well, Coach, just a dominating performance by Gwynn Cherry. The scary thing was you heard Coach Ferguson say they actually left something on the field and they had more to show. But what else can you show with 334 yards rushing?
Boy, and this is the championship game, and it's hard to believe they could dominate to that level, but they certainly did.
Well, amazing performance by Gwynn Cherry, which leads us to our final championship of the day. And this was the one that you called this morning, Coach. Old Town Gators facing off against the Northwest Raiders. And, Coach, this one was sloppy early.
Well, it was, and I really think that the Northwest, as the defending champ, had just a little nerves early in the game.
Well, talking about nerves, Coach, this is in the second quarter. On this one, the punter just did he take his eye off his ball? Was he not concentrating? Puts it on the turf, recovered for the touchdown. The Gators up 19-14 at this point. Can't have mistakes like that in championship games, Coach.
No, that's an easy touchdown for Northwest, and from Northwest, give them credit. They were down 19-0, and man, when they came back, they really came back.
Well, came back on effort like this at a number 7. That's Miles Nicholson with the great extra effort after the catch, and then Jalen Sutton Christian would punch it in, puts the Raiders up by 1, and then it's Brian Burton. He's going to get a little extra push, puts the Raiders up 26-19, and then with the 2-point conversion, Coach, Northwest fell behind early, Coach, and then they ran off 34 straight points for the win.
Well, and they showed clearly they were the class of the field, defending champion from last year, and to dominate like that in a final game, hats off to Northwest.
Well, just an unbelievable performance. I mean, great performances all day long. I can't think of a game that didn't have just outstanding performances on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, this one was fun because, hey, they were down 19-0 at the end of the first quarter, and boy, they came storming back.
Well, we still got a lot of action left here, folks. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Josh Proust and our top 10 plays of the week. Stick around.
When you run Disney, every mile is magic. Marathon and half marathon races through the Disney theme parks are waiting for you at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and Disneyland Resort in California. Known for courses lined with Disney entertainment and the best finisher medalers around, Run Disney events are a must-do for veteran runners and newcomers alike. For more information, visit rundisney.com. Disney soccer tournaments sponsored by AS Roma provide athletes of all ages the opportunity to compete against athletes from across the U.S. and around the world. From 3-on-3 youth tournaments to elite showcase events with hundreds of college recruiters present, the ESPN Wide World of Sports soccer program offers something for everyone. To find out how you can play here, visit DisneySoccer.com.
And welcome back to the Pop Warner Final, continuing coverage of the 59th annual Pop Warner Super Bowl. All of our action is in the books, and we are going through all the highlights and all of the week that was. Michael Kane here, of course, with my partner, Coach Doug Graber. Happy to welcome back the Director of Media Relations for Pop Warner, Josh Proust. Josh, unbelievable week of football. We said it each and every day. Today certainly didn't disappoint. Give us your thoughts on the week.
Just an awesome week all the way around. We lucked out with great weather, great competition. Like I said, just a fantastic week. Athleticism, probably the most athletic I think I've ever seen one of these, and the sportsmanship all the way around, whether it was a close game or it was a not tight the whole way kind of deal. The sportsmanship out of this world, I thought.
I love watching the kids slap each other on the back and pick each other up, and I agree with you, Josh. That's to me, that's Pop Warner football.
Well, that is Pop Warner football, but Josh did hit on something. There was a lot of really athletic kids here that gave us a lot of really exciting plays. So let's get right to them. Our top 10 plays of the week as voted on by you. And number 10, Coach, this might have been one of the most special moments ever seen at Pop Warner.
Absolutely incredible. This Tamiami Colts team honored their fallen teammate, Devin Chartrand. That's his jersey right there. They lost him tragically during the season. Every play, every game, they started with 10 players on defense in memory of Devin.
Well, at number 9, our overtime game, Jason Wade. He's going to squeak it in at overtime for the touchdown, Josh.
And you know what I love? That he celebrates with other kids from his region. Like I said, just talking about that sportsmanship and excitement, you got to love seeing that. Again, different teams meeting here, and they're all rooting for each other.
Well, certainly what Pop Warner is all about. Big win there for East Bay. At number 8, it's the Westwood Elm Intruders facing the Coyote Creek Wildcats. And number 3, Wesley Moore put on a show on this one, Coach.
He really did, and he set the return up beautifully by starting up the field and look at the blocks on the sideline. And this takes some skill now to tightrope this sideline like Wesley Moore does and sticks it in the end zone. Huge play for West Elmwood Intruders.
Well, just great body control there. But at number 7, a game that we saw today in one of our championship games, Kevin Morris finding his favorite target, Corey Peterking Jr., Josh.
I was going to say Corey Peterking Jr., I think it's a name we're going to be hearing quite a bit about in high school football and college football. It's just an amazing catch to take that away. And again, Otel on the wrong side of that, but what an amazing play today.
At number 6, coming out of the junior midget division, Fort Collins Outlaws, and Jake Howell, coach, he's going to find Colby Shade.
Yeah, Colby Shade took that one right off the helmet of the Virginia Beach team, and it was a great throw and just a great individual effort.
And at number 5, junior Peewee, Freddie Manning II. We called this kid's name all week long. Josh, he lets us get on the turf for a little bit. Got a little worried, but you know the result.
Yeah, I was going to say it. I like the block that's coming up right there. Absolutely amazing teamwork, and then he does the rest with some great individual effort. Uses those blockers as he gets a convoy down the field. Just an amazing punt return.
Well, he gets a little gassed here at the end. You see him look, I better get across the finish line before I slow down. And at number 4, this is probably one of my favorites of the week, the quarterback turned receiver, Vincent Picano.
Yeah, Vincent Picano lays out here, but the coolest thing about this play is that catch right here. Look at him. That catch fueled an amazing comeback by Parkland to win that game.
Well, Josh, at number 3, Odell Beckham Jr. put on a jersey, came to Pop Warner, and called himself Marquise Roper.
Yeah, just an absolutely incredible one-handed catch. The concentration, and then the ability to actually hold on for the catch afterwards. I thought it was number 1, to be honest with you.
Well, we'll see our number 1 in a second, but at number 2, Coach, Eddie Kyle was special. And you know what? You don't need tearaway jerseys at Pop Warner, Coach.
No, you really don't. And Eddie Kyle, this is just a whole lot of want to right here. And he's dragging people down the field. Those knees are pumping. He is not ready to give up. That's a great individual effort, Eddie.
Well, our number 1 play of the week, Miles Blabber Brissett. Watch this one, folks. He uses his face mask, the receiver's elbow, his own elbow. Might have hit his hip, Josh. I don't know what else that ball could have hit.
You know what it is? It's the concentration and keeping his eye on the ball, and then physically using his helmet to help catch it. But no, the concentration level on that, it really is a fantastic play.
Well, just unbelievable plays, folks. All week long, you voted for those. Those are your top 10 plays. Unbelievable week of action. Coach, you got any final thoughts?
Well, it was just a fun week. I love Pop Warner football. I love coming here to do this. I love the sportsmanship. I love to see these kids with their fundamentals and learning the game at this early age.
Well, let's talk about those fundamentals. Some of the best fundamentals that we saw came from the teams out of the state of Florida, and Florida had a very dominant tournament here, Josh, across all divisions.
They really did, and it seems like every year we're talking about this, but they won 4 in our regular brackets. They won the unlimited division as an added bonus. It seems like every year it's 4, maybe 5. It's just a hotbed of talent, and the programs in Florida, really, when you look at it, are some of the class organizations across the country.
Well, you look at the breakdown there, 4 champions from the state of Florida, and then Virginia, Missouri. Good to see the clubs from the Midwest coming out, and then Pennsylvania and Illinois. All right, Josh, final thoughts for you, 5 seconds as we roll out here.
You know what? Congratulations to all our amazing participants, and thank you to you guys for just an absolutely wonderful week here on ESPN.
Coach?
Hey, nobody had more fun than Michael and I this week, I promise you.
Well, Coach, you and I might have had the best job in the world this week, getting to sit here and talk about the fantastic action. Guys, this is going to end it for our coverage of the 2015 Pop Warner Super Bowl, but we will see you back here next year for the 60th annual Pop Warner Super Bowl.